Wake up in the morning in Page, we prep the bikes. We're heading to Zion National Forest to meet up with a representative from Corteco. Corteco were kind enough to supply us fork seals for our bikes. We got to Zion.
Oh, there he is, yeah! Oh, look at him! It's not a deer! It's not a deer! It's a goat!
And Zion is, it is arguably one of the most beautiful places on earth. It is majestic. You're surrounded by mountains and rock formations, and the air is so clean. There are small little villages that kind of support the national park, but it feels so raw and untouched. It's just stunning, just absolutely stunning. And we were able to meet up with the rep from Corteco. He was also on a bike, he was on a Kawasaki. And we all rode together through Zion, taking it all in. We stopped for a little bit, and he talked a little bit about fork seals.
Andrew, thank you so much for taking the time to come meet us in this absolutely awful location. I know that we wanted to take a second and talk with you about the importance of Corteco, and you're a partner with us on this incredible journey and this incredible adventure. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your background. What does Corteco do? Why is this important? I know we talked fork seals a little bit before we got on camera. Yep. You had some really fascinating information for me, so you can go ahead and just talk us through that a little bit. What goes on at Corteco?
Oh, a ton of stuff goes on at Corteco. We're just adding to the list now. So we're the aftermarket division of this Japanese and German company here, Freudenberg NOK. And we got this helmet custom painted to help tell the story. So Freudenberg's a German company, and we've got the German flag here to represent that company. And we make automotive seals, agriculture seals, everything on that side as well. And then NOK is the Japanese parent company, and we've got the Japanese flag here. And I'm half Japanese, half German, so kind of personification of the company and the brands. And the Japanese part here, this is called a dharma. It's a pretty special tradition in Japan where you make a wish or a goal, you fill in one of the eyes. When you hit your goal or the wish comes true, then you fill in the other eye. So I'd say our goal or wish is, a successful launch of bringing these fork seals to the aftermarket here in the States. Okay. They're already out there. We're just bringing a formal program here for the States for the first time.
When we met up, you were telling us how important it is, that fork seal, to keep dust and sand out, because we've been riding through so much dust and sand. Right. And you were kind of going over about how important that is. Yeah, absolutely. So you've got 2 fork seals per side, per fork. One's doing most of the work with allowing the fork to move up and down, let you do your thing when you're carving corners or jumping, doing some jumps there. And then you've got the dust and wiper seal, which is kind of keeping everything clean. So that sand, dust, dirt, mud, dry mud's probably the worst. Oh, wow. That's like the worst thing that you could have on there, other than sand, because it's abrasive. And really keeping the forks clean and true. And performing how they need to perform, right? Yeah, absolutely. They're designed to keep the muck off so that the oil seal stays intact. Otherwise, now you've got suspension oil leaking down onto your forks, potentially your brakes, and we all know that's bad. Is this just motorcycles, or is this ATV, UTV side by side? Are you going? We're starting with motorcycles. Okay. We want to start small and expand. Probably to other applications on the bike, because they also make the transmission, engine seals, shock absorber seal, probably a whole bunch of other stuff. I think we've had some people already asking about other types of vehicles, and it certainly makes sense. Anything that is in our wheelhouse, we'll provide. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put these forks to the test.
Absolutely. Sure.
Get on out here and ride through Mount Zion and enjoy this absolutely spectacular setting. Thanks again for coming on out all the way from Ohio to chat with us. We really appreciate being a partner on this program. And I mean, was this the worst office to work in for the next couple days or what?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to manage getting back home.
Well, let's go ride bikes and find out how we're going to manage.
The ride through Zion was amazing. It was truly one of the most beautiful places I've ever ridden. The majesty of the rock formations and painted valleys cannot be overstated. It was just incredible. And seeing all this on the back of a bike was life-changing. The twists and turns up and down the mountains made for some really fun and challenging riding. I was really happy we were able to get those Bridgestone tires before we left. I have a tendency to ride a bit on the fast side, but I was glued to the road, even in the sharpest turns, and wow, there are some seriously sharp turns in Zion. We had a blast riding through Zion with Andrew, but the sun was starting to get low in the west, and we still had another couple hours on the road to get to Vegas. We said our goodbyes and headed down the road. We got into Vegas just after sunset. The Strip was alive with activity. The lights and sounds were in sharp contrast to the empty peace of the desert. The Vegas Strip had been converted to a road track in anticipation for the F1 race that was happening over the weekend, and the city was packed with spectators and tourists. So we parked the bikes and headed into the night. The Las Vegas Strip is cool and all, but I wanted to see what the city had to offer off the Strip. It did not disappoint.